Karnage Chronicles is an early access dungeon crawler. It's available for the Vive, Rift and WMR for about $20 US. Here's my review of it in its current state as of August 2018. We'll start with the story. The general idea is that you're some sort of ancient warrior, awakened to find things for this sky and murder whatever is causing this ominous light in the sky. The story is communicated through dialogue with a single character, as well as a number of voice messages and scrolls found throughout the world.
Goblin blood decorated the ruins, spilt by the might of his champions.
Overall, I felt it did add to the experience, and is one of the most integrated and intriguing in this genre, but that unfortunately isn't saying all that much. The voice work itself is well performed, and can be skipped if you're just here to murder things and don't care why.
What devil is this? A construct? Are you hostile? I carry nothing of value, but...
The game also uses a very basic choose-your-response style dialogue system, which is neat, though somewhat underutilized as you're almost always given only one option. Let's talk gameplay, of which the game offers two paths, Warrior and Archer, where Warrior focuses on melee combat, supplemented with very cool hand-cranked crossbows, and Archer, which focuses on bow and arrow combat, supplemented by daggers and shields. Melee combat is overall done quite well, with directional blocks, swings and parries. However, the game can be quite picky with what it considers a valid strike. Jabs, for instance, don't seem to register. The bow likewise works well, though the devs have gone with an infinite arrow quiverless variant, with a forced delay between shots to prevent spamming, whereas I personally would have preferred a quiver. A fantastic addition to the game is the performing of critical hits and stealth kills. Dying will send you back to your last checkpoint, scattered throughout the game, and will respawn all enemies in between. All said, the game took me about 3 hours on my first playthrough, but given how fun this game is, expect to be doing at least 2. On to enemy, which include spear wielders, bow wielders, dual sword wielders, sword and shield wielders, mages, big bird, spiders, wasps, wolves, this boss, and this boss. A pretty good variety for a game of this size. The AI is overall very well done, and the implementation of enemies being able to block and dodge, while infuriating to some as voiced in more than a few Steam reviews, I think is fantastic. That brings us to inventory, access via a hideable belt-mounted interface. It works well, however it does have a few oddities that make it a bit more cumbersome than it needs to be, such as having to unequip an item to drop it, or that touching scrolls automatically zaps them to your inventory, meaning that you can't just pick one up and read it like in most other games. Looters rejoice, be it by vandalism, thievery or murder. You will acquire potions, which carry a range of effects such as health generation or temporary boost to critical hit damage, armor, which bear perks such as health capacity boosts and increased gold drops, food, used to restore health, weapons, from bows to bear claws, and valuables, be it cold hard cash or a disembodied eyeball. Loot can then be used to buy any number of things from an in-game shop, which is brilliantly done. Now for difficulty, which is offered in 4 settings, ranging from easy to impossible. The higher the difficulty, the stronger, quicker and more numerous the enemies, where easy offers a fairly short to succeed playthrough, and impossible offers a decent but manageable challenge, with the exception of these cute little overpowered day ruiners. Next up is locomotion, which includes both teleportation and smooth. Both work well, however artificial rotation and comfort options would be nice. That leads us to graphics, which I personally think are brilliantly executed pretty much across the board. No graphic settings, though I suffered no performance drops on my 1070. That leaves us with the verdict. In my opinion, this game is the best thing to happen to its genre since Vanishing Realms. It's absolutely worth the asking price and is still receiving regular updates, with multiplayer currently in beta.